10. 12 seconds remaining in the half.
So we've all been to a football game, and it's a lot of fun. But have you ever thought what it takes to put on a football game?
It was on 3. 1, 2, 3. Eagles!
In preparation for a Friday night game, it really begins as soon as the game is over the previous week. And that's insofar as starting to prepare the statistics. Then there's that game day preparation. We don't just show up at 7 o'clock and have kickoff. There's so much that goes into before 7 o'clock on Friday night ever happens. First and foremost with Logan Macy and his crew on typically Wednesday nights where they come and paint the field.
It's 9:30 on a Wednesday night, and Logan Macy and his entire crew are out here painting the field.
That's not an easy process. That is a 2 to 3 to 4 hour process, and that's all on a volunteer basis. You know, people have been doing that over the years, and a lot of people show up on Friday night and see a beautifully painted field. Well, it has to get that way by actually people volunteering their time and their efforts to be able to do that. And then it starts at about 5 o'clock, 2 hours before kickoff on every Friday, where most of us start gathering, whether it's the concession stand people that are starting to prepare a concession stand each night, the fundraiser meals and the tent and things for that, because it's a different community group or school group that are preparing those fundraiser meals every week of the football season and what they have to do in preparing their side of it.
We are hosting a cross-country fundraiser, and there's a tradition of all the home games you have a pregame meal. So this week is our turn, and we are having walking tacos tonight.
Now, the Hennessey Booster Club plays a really big part behind the scenes. They cook dinners, pack lunches, make signs, decorate lockers, pretty much anything the team needs help or support with.
On our game side preparation, we have the yardage markers that have to get out on the football field, the pylons. At 5 o'clock every Friday, we raise that flag. And we don't do that during the game because it is such an enormous flag that if there's ever any problem with lifting a 50-foot flag up into the air, we don't want that as the anthem is playing. We want it up there blowing in the wind before people ever show up.
1, 2, 3, 1, 2.
Sometimes there's a mini cheer camp where we have 250 young girls out there. You know, they have to have their music ready for and queued up for halftime because there's going to be 250 cell phone cameras watching that. So we need to make sure that it goes off as flawlessly as possible. Then you have the crew of people that set up the run-through tunnel, the big blow-up helmet that the team gathers in. You know, that doesn't just blow itself up. That is some typically fathers that are dedicated each and every week to hauling that to away games, to setting that up. A couple of occasions, we have a fog machine billow out the smoke as the team runs out.
You boys ready? Get fired up, let's go!
You have your chain gang crew of 5 men that set aside Friday nights for the football season, mainly because it's the best seat in the house where they're sitting there. It's always on the visitor side of the field, so they get to hear all of the sideline interactions between the visiting coaches and their players, the visiting coaches and the game officials and all that.
So I'm in the press box. This is like the nerve center of the whole football game.
Hot mic.
Oh, sorry.
What goes on in there? It's a mystery. Yeah, that's why we have the locked door. No, there's a functionality to every person that is up there. The first booth you come to is our visitors coaches box, and then the middle level is all the people, myself doing PA. We have 2 different people that have to operate the clock and the down and distance and the scoreboard. Then the far west side of the lower level of the booth is our media. What has evolved over the last several years, and especially this last year, where we are live streaming each one of our games. Then you go upstairs, and that's where our coaches are. If we have coaches that want to be in the booth, and typically we have 1, we've had as many as 3 that have been press box or coaches box coaches. Upstairs as well is where we have the game filmers, and we film for our football team. That's a great tool that the coaches are able to use to, break down the things they need to work on and in compiling the game film. The game officials. They don't just start officiating, like I said, when the ball gets teed up at 7 o'clock on a Friday night. They are contracted a year out. Our cheer sponsor. We have our 6 to 16 girls out there that they don't show up on Friday night and start, what cheer should we do? No. Those cheerleaders have been preparing since the summer when they went to cheer camp. And now we have a POM team that is separate from our cheer. They have to practice their dance routines. And the same thing is with band. And, we see the band routine that evolves as the season progresses because they're also in band competition, marching competition during the fall. So they're preparing for their competitions.
Together we made it! We made it against the wall. Right on 3! 1, 2, 3! Right!
We have Life EMS that is at every game, and every game that's ever played in the United States of America on a Friday night, there's an ambulance there because people do get injured. It is a collision sport. One of the great things that we've done over the years in Hennessey schools is have an on-site certified athletic trainer. This last fall, we did not have one, but we had a contract with McBride Orthopedic Clinic where we had a trainer on site at each one of our games. But during the game, they're prepared to take care of that student athlete in that moment.
Courage is gracing that moment. When it's hectic, bullets are flying, the ability to focus on your job, no matter what's happening, no matter how much you're getting cheap shotted, no matter how many things are going wrong.
When you see from the inside what our coaches do, and every one of our sports are like this, but we're speaking specifically of football, the amount of hours that a football coaching staff puts in to a program each week. I said my preparation for the next week begins on Saturday morning. Their preparation of the next week begins the second the game gets over on Friday night. The influence that these men and women have on our sons and daughters, I can't thank them enough for the amount of time, blood, sweat, and tears that they put into being a coach of a simple game like football. But it goes much deeper than just hut and hand off. The cleanup crew, it's actually the band parents that do it as a fundraiser. So the second that game ends, they're out there with their leaf blowers and their trash bags and getting all of the trash that does not get put in the proper receptacles by the patrons. They do that as a fundraiser.
So the next time you sit in these stands, think about everything that took place to put on this event. I'm Jack Quirk, and we're going in.